Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. So I have to address this right off the bat. I'm running late. I'm late. Okay, is that? I guess that's what they say. So Lady Tammy D Robertson, Lori loves Montana. Scottish Cat, Kimberly Ria were all gifted membership. Thank you, Diane G. That is so awesome. That is absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much. No, we're the only reason we're running late is because I'm a slack ass. I guess look at it's almost Thanksgiving. Good God! If you guys haven't checked out Diva,
the hell didn't we just have 4th of July?
Right?
Did we? Was there a 4th?
Seems like it. Yeah, we turned around and it was Halloween, and now it's almost Thanksgiving.
We had Halloween. No, let's see. We had 4th of July, Halloween, and then the election. I mean, those were just the major, the major fun parts of this year.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That's I mean, what is better than watching a bunch of people like over Donald Trump becoming?
Oh, the tears. Oh, the tears are glorious.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Halloween and the election were kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, were they? I mean, come on. I mean, seriously.
I love a buttered biscuit.
And if it's not the interweb's favorite redhead,
Hey.
I liked your stream today. That was a fun stream. That was good.
It was fun.
I kind of dropped off on the chat because I was doing some other stuff. But
yeah.
That makes sense. That was fun. That was fun.
He was dressing up in leather, and he couldn't talk with ball gag in his mouth.
I was punching my holes. Oh wait, no, I was.
Oh my, that's serious.
He was working his tools.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Whatever you have to do.
Let's work his tool there, buddy.
Yeah. Right, audio coffee. Yeah. Black Friday shopping is nuts. I remember that. Yeah, it's not as bad as what I remember when I was younger, but that's
less
online
trampling
now. But Jesus, I remember that when I was younger, and that was the first thing that my grandma wanted to do the morning after Thanksgiving. Oh, dark 30 in the morning, everybody'd get together. We'd jump. They had this big ass freaking van. Yeah, it had windows in it, but they had this big ass freaking van, and we'd pile like a dozen. Everybody just jump in this thing and go to the mall and shit. Oh my God, it was so insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why I've hated Black Fridays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it all the time. And we went to Best Buy, and I found a DVD set that I was looking for. I went and grabbed it. Literally, a dude ran up to me, slapped it out of my hands, knocked it to the floor, broke it open, grabbed the stuff, and then ran. And I literally stood there going, there's another one behind it. And I just grabbed the one behind it and walked out.
Weird.
Well, I worked for Geek Squad, so I was. They called me. Yeah. They called me in to work Black Friday, and you have to understand that in my position, because I was one of the in-home service, so I was pulling in that store's income, like whatever the store was making, I was tripling that per day, like the amount of money that they could generate. Like I was a big money maker for them. And I was number 2 in the southeast for like sales of that shit.
Nice.
And so they call me up. They tell me I've got to be in the store, and I'm just like, I've got like appointments. I can't do this. And they're just like you have to cancel all the appointments. I was like, okay, but that's not what I do. I'm not. I mean, I work for Geek Squad and blah blah blah. So I show up, and basically, I was just like a traffic director. It's like, where are the DVDs? And you get these people like they're in cold sweats and they're just like freaking out. Where's the DVDs? Where's the TVs? Where's all this stuff? And I'm just like, I'll A8, whatever, just pointing in the right direction. I'm just standing there. Like, this release is stupid. I mean, I could be making money right now, and here I am standing here. And of course, the Southeast manager comes in, one of the higher ups comes in, and he was like, oh, he goes, you're like, one of number 2 in the, they see the numbers, and he's like, you're like number 2 in the district. Why are you here? And I was just like, they told me I had to be here. I was like, makes no sense to me, but here I am. And he was just like, who told you had to be here? Man, they were up in his ass so quick. That like little section manager or whatever, and he's just
store
like,
manager.
Yeah, like 5 minutes later, there's just like, do you think you can pick up that work again, please?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that stuff was insane, crazy. It's like, oh, you got to be here before the store opens. So it's like, I'm already on the road before the store opens, so that's not a big deal for me. But why am I there? It makes no sense. Oh, look! What the hell is that?
He's back.
I know what happened.
And I'm back.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
Much better. Much better. The credit I deserve.
Yeah, exactly. Especially after that stream today. You guys were glorious.
Oh,
It was so fun.
That was
it
fun.
was fun.
Diva,
And I think
you
that's
gotta
one of the
throw-
longest streams that you've ever done, because usually they're around about an hour.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
you
See,
gotta
I
throw
think
the
you should
link
do them
up
for
there.
like 2 hours or so. That's what I think. Because
I would need to do like multiple paintings, though. That's the thing.
So Diva, what I want you to do is I want you to grab a link to your stream that you guys just did. I want you to throw it up there so people can go and check that out, and you guys can bookmark it. Go check it out after you're done here, and it's completely worthwhile. It was primo.
It was so
Like
fun.
chef's kiss.
So fun.
Tammy, go back up to your live and click on that again. Just re-click the live part up at the top, and that might clear it up. Sometimes it does that.
That might happen. Yeah, we're a little off kilter tonight because, well, I'm a slack ass. I started up the fire pit and I was hanging out with the wife, and then I came over and hung out with Diva and her stream, and then of course started talking with Expert. And whenever you start talking with Expert, you just know that you just
shiny things and squirrels.
yes, exactly.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You just have to know how to mistreat him.
There's the link.
And
Oh,
Thank
you
you.
got it?
Yep.
Cool, thanks.
And
It was
I'm
taking me
gonna-
a little bit.
It's easier to do it from the phone.
Well, yeah.
I got it pinned up there, so it's pinned. You guys go and check that damn thing out. It is probably going to be one of your most favorite streams that you've seen this week. Primo.
Fine.
So tonight it looks like we've got everybody except Miss Nocturne. I haven't heard back from her, but if she's not able to make, that's fine. Welsh lady is not able to make it tonight. She says, I wish I could, but she's not able to. So it is just us tonight.
So welcome back to Diva and the Sausage Fest.
Well,
She likes our
only a-
sandwich.
it's only a large sausage fest. I mean,
No
She gets
4-inch
all
pickles
snuggly.
here.
She gets all snuggly.
Oh,
well, leave Diva alone. Leave Diva alone. We won't pick on her too much.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but we have here Grimm's fairy tales. So I thought as we're getting closer to the holiday season, because usually around Thanksgiving we start doing some more Thanksgiving oriented, and especially hitting the Christmas, we really dig into more of the Christmas. If you weren't here for last Christmas, oh, that was a blast. That was yes. So I was like, we don't have any good stuff, and I don't want to get too perverted this close to Christmas because we're pretty sick in the head anyways.
It's like, why stop now?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, so we're you'll see that it becomes pretty raunchy anyways. So why not have a little bit of fun with some Grimm's fairy tales? I know that Yamaha is very much has probably read this entire book like 3 or 4 times, and and has them all over his streams.
All over it.
Plenty
all over the place.
Plenty of leather
It's
punches.
in my eye. So much to clean up.
So I figure we would start out with going through some of these, maybe up until the holiday season, or unless Kaiser finishes his book, and then of course we'll.
I'm still in the process of it, but we're getting through.
Come on,
Hey,
Kaiser, you got a deadline. Let's go.
Come on,
I'm looking. I'm trying to finish it by December, by end of December, close to that. But
now listen, if I could do a damn story in a week, you can do one.
Yeah, but I'm not using AI.
Dear Bubbles.
Dear Bubble. Would you like to lick my toes again? So this is the story of the Frog King, or as we like to call him, Iron Henry, or King Prince Albert, whatever you want to say. In old times, when wishing was having, there lived a king whose daughters were all beautiful. Well, of course, why wouldn't they be? But the youngest was so beautiful that the sun itself, which had seen so much, was astonished whenever it shone in her face. Close by a king's castle lay a dark forest, and under an old lime tree — why would a lime tree be in the forest? — was a fountain. But the day was very warm. It must be. This is
Florida
a
man.
Story. Florida
Yeah,
man.
It's a Florida.
When the day was warm, the king's child went out into the forest and sat down by the side of the cool fountain. And when she was dull, which was most of the time, she took a golden ball and threw it up in the air and caught it. And this ball was her favorite plaything. She sounds very young. Now, it so happened one day the king's daughter's golden ball did not fall into a little hand in which she was holding it up, but onto the ground, and it rolled straight into the water. Oh, king's daughter followed it with her eyes, but it vanished. And in the well was so deep that the bottom could not be seen. And on this she began to cry, and cry louder and louder, and could not be comforted. And she thus lamented. Someone said to her, "What ails you, king's daughter? You weep so that even a stone would so pity." She looked round from side to side whence the voice came, and saw a frog stretching its thick, ugly head from the water. "Ah, old water splasher, is it you?" said she. "I am weeping for my golden ball, which has fallen into the fountain." "Oh, be quiet. Do not weep," answered the frog. "I can help you. But what would you give me if I bring you your plaything up again?" "Whatever will have, dear frog," she said. "My clothes, my pearls, my jewels, and even the golden crown which I am wearing." The frog answered, "I do not care for your clothes, your pearls, your jewels, your golden crown. But if you will love me and let me be your companion and playfellow, and sit by you at your little table, and eat off your little golden plate, and drink out of your little cup, and sleep in your little bed, and if you promise me this, I will go down below and bring the golden ball up again." "Oh, yes," said she, "I promise all you wish, and if you will but bring my ball back again." She, however, thought, "How silly frog does talk. He lives in the water with other frogs and croaks, and can be no companion to any human being." But the frog, when he had received this promise, he put his head into the water, sank down, and in a short time he came swimming up again with a little ball in his mouth and threw it up on the grass. The king's daughter, she was delighted to see her pretty plaything once more and picked it up and ran away with it. Wait, wait, said the frog. Take me with you. I can't run as you can. But what did she avail him to scream his after her as loudly as he could? She did not listen to it, but ran home and soon forgot the poor frog, who was forced to go back to his fountain again. The next day, when she had seated herself at the table with the king and all the courtiers, and was eating from her little golden plate, something came creeping. Splish, splash, splish, splash. And it was not Volstorm this time. Up the marble suitcase. When she got to the top, it knocked at the door and cried, King's daughter, open the door. She ran to see who was outside, but when she opened the door, there sat the frog in front of it, and she slammed the door in great haste, sat down to her dinner again, and she was really frightened. The king saw plainly that her heart was beating violently and said, My child, what are you so afraid of? Is there a giant outside who wants to carry you away? Oh, no, she replied. It is no giant, but a disgusting frog. What does the frog want with you? Oh, dear father, yesterday when I was sitting in the forest in a fountain playing with my golden ball, it fell into the water, and because I cried so, the frog brought it out for me again, and because he insisted on it, I promised he should be my companion, but I never thought he would be able to come out of that water, and now here he is and wants to come in. In the meantime, it knocked a second time and cried, King's daughter, youngest one, open to me. Don't you remember yesterday all that you did and say? Besides the cooling fountain spray, King's daughter, youngest, open to me. Then the king said, That which you promised you must perform, and go let him in. She went and opened the door, and the frog hopped in and followed her step by step to her chair. There he sat and cried, Lift me up beside you. Well, she delayed until the king commanded her to do it. When the frog was once on the chair, he wanted to be on the table. And when he was on the table, he said, Now push your little golden plate nearer to me that we may eat together. Well, she did this, but it was easy to see she did not do it willingly. The frog enjoyed what he ate, but almost every mouthful she took choked her. At length he said, I have eaten, I am satisfied, and I am tired. Carry me to your little room and make your little silken bed ready, and we will both lie down and go to sleep. Creepy? This is really,
a little creepy.
Really, like, I'm thinking if this was a PDF, it would be a file.
Yeah,
I think the voice must be a little bit more Anthony Hopkins. It was more appropriate.
But the king drew angry and said, He who helped you when you were in trouble ought to be out afterward to be so despised. So she took hold of the frog with 2 fingers. So she fingered the frog, carried him upstairs, and put him in a corner.
Cells, folks.
Hey, I'm just saying. But when she was in bed, he crept up to her and said, I'm tired. I want to sleep as well as you. Lift me up or I will tell your father. Now we're getting into some really sick, demented shit here. Then she said,
Well, it is grim.
She is grim. And then she was terribly angry and took him up and threw him with all her might against the wall. Why would you do? That's right. Pedos belong against the wall.
In the window to the wall.
Boom to the wall. Boom to the wall. Boom to the wall. Now you be quiet, odious frog, she said. But when he fell down, he was no frog, but a king's son with beautiful, kind eyes. He, by her father's will, was now her dear companion and husband. All of a sudden, now he becomes your husband because you threw him up against the wall. This is not how it works in the real world.
Wait. She a princess, and this is the king's son. Is this Alabama?
A king's son.
A king's son.
It is. No, she didn't say MLK son.
Well, we get half spurred jaw from somewhere.
Oh my God. God.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water. They turns the freaking frogs to princess.
Turn the frogs gay. He, by her father's will, was now her dear companion and husband. Then he told her how he had been bewitched by a wicked witch, and how I would be too if you were not like you deserve to be thrown up against the wall multiple times for going after a young child throwing a ball in water, and how no one would have delivered him from the fountain but herself, and that tomorrow they would be together in his kingdom. See, Peter, but. He, by her father's will, was now. Oh, okay. Then they went to sleep. That's creepy. Then the next morning, the sun awoke them. A coach came rolling up, drawn by 8 white horses with white ostrich feathers on their heads. They were harnessed with golden chains, and behind stood a young king's servant, Faithful Henry. Faithful Henry had been so unhappy when his master was changed into a frog that he had 3 iron bands laid around his heart. Why would you do that? That sounds like it's painful. Lest it would burst with grief and sadness? No, that's open heart surgery. You don't wrap shit around your heart. That would hurt. The coach was to conduct the young king to his kingdom. Oh, hopefully he's young, like very young, like we're saying, like minor young. Creepy. Faithful Henry helped them both in. Placed himself behind again and was so full of joy because of deliverance. Yeah, it was a horrible movie. And when they had driven a part of the way, the king's son heard a cracking behind him as if something had broken. So he turned round and cried, "Henry, the coach does break." No, my lord, you do mistake. It is the band around my heart that felt such great and bitter smart. When you were in the fountain strange, when you were a frog, were changed. Again and again, while they were on their way, something cracked, and each time the king's son thought the carriage was breaking, but it was only the bands which were springing from the heart of Faithful Henry because his master was free and happy. That sounds freaking painful and weird and creepy.
And a little.
And you're going to, why would you tell this to kids?
Because
the original Grimms were.
He needed to put the bands around his heart to show his
version.
devotion.
So disturbing. There you go. It is your turn there. You need me to embiggen it for you?
Embiggen it a little, please.
Embiggen that mofo.
Embiggen it. Make it bigger.
I would like her to engorge it, please.
Why does the wolf have a little? Yeah. Oh, the wolf is all blackface there. I got it.
Well, obviously.
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh,
there
you go.
Almost a year.
Wow, traveling fools.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. He's been here for a while. Hello. Good to see you, brother.
The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids. There was once on a time an old goat who had 7 little kids and loved them with all the love of a mother for her children.
Sounds
One
like
day,
Valhalla.
I was just going to say, it sounds like a story about Valhalla. One day, she wanted to go into the forest and fetch some food. So she called all 7 of her to her and said, "Dear children, I have to go into the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he comes in, he will devour you all, skin, hair, and all. The wretch often disguises himself, but you will know him once by his rough voice and his black feet."
Oh, black feet. I got you. Not black face, but black feet.
The kids said, "Dear mother, we will take good care of ourselves. You may go away without any anxiety." Then the old one pleaded and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone knocked at the house door and cried, "Open the door."
"Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought you something back with her for each of you."
But the little kids knew it was the wolf by his rough voice. "We will not open the door," cried they. "You are not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and bought a great lump of chalk, ate this, and made his voice soft with it. Then he came back, knocked at the door of the house, and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you."
Mother, your voice is so soft.
It's those horse pills. That's what does it. But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door. Our mother has not black feet like you. You are the wolf." Then the wolf ran to a baker and said, "I have hurt my feet. Rub some dough over them for me."
Went to the baker. Baker, don't do it.
That
Don't do it,
freaking
baker.
baker. Those damn Vikings. Get some cream cheese. And when the baker had rubbed his feet over, and he ran to the miller and said, "Strew some white meal over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to deceive someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If you will not do it, I will devour you." Then the miller was afraid and made his paws white for him. So, yes, so are men. Now the wretch went for the third time to the house, knocked at it, and said,
Open the door for me, children. Your dear mother has come home and has brought every one of you something from the forest with her.
The little kids cried, "First, show us your paws that we may know if you are our dear little mother."
Why did you? Your mother has paws.
Mom has paws. Many
Yeah.
paws.
Then he put his paws in through the window, and when the kids saw that they were white, they believed all that he said and opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf?
Stupid kids.
Damn scammers.
Oh, those kind of kids. They're little
Yeah.
goat
Yeah.
kids.
See?
Okay.
Open the door.
Bad idea.
They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, the second into the bed, the third into the stove. That wasn't very bright. The fourth into the kitchen, the fifth into the cupboard, the sixth under the washing bowl, and the seventh into the clock case.
Okay.
He was a ding-dong. The wolf found them all and made no delay, but swallowed one after the other down his throat. The youngest in the clock case was the only one he did not find.
Oh,
He ran out of time. When the wolf, I know, stupid. When the wolf had satisfied his appetite, he took himself off, laid himself down under a tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon afterward, the old goat came home again from the forest. Oh, what a sight she saw there. The house
Blood
door stood
everywhere.
wide open.
was
Yeah, the
just
tables,
strewn
the
everywhere.
entrails, the eyeballs, the tables, the chairs, the benches were thrown down, the washing bowl lay broken in pieces, and the quilts with a grumpy on it, and pillows were pulled out the bed. Ah, Amber must have been here. She sought her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called them one after another by name, but no one answered. At last, when she called the youngest, a soft voice cried,
Oh, dear mother, I am in the clock case.
She took the kid out, and it told her that the wolf had come and eaten all the others. Then you may imagine how she wept over her poor children. At length, in her grief, she went out, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there lay the wolf by the tree, and he was snoring so loud that the branches shook. She looked at him on every side and saw that something was moving and struggling in his stomach. "Ah," she said, "it is possible that my poor children, whom he has swallowed down for his supper, can still be alive?"
Jeez.
Then the kid had to run home and fetch scissors and a needle and thread, and the goat cut open the monster's stomach.
God!
Hardly had she made one cut than a little kid thrust its head out, and when she had cut further, all 6 sprang out one after another, and were all still alive, and had suffered no hurt whatever. Damn, that dude was a pig, man. He didn't even chew.
No chewing, just swallow them whole.
God. Glutton, little bastard, got what he deserved. For in his greediness, the monster had swallowed them whole. What rejoicing there was! They embraced their dear mother and jumped like a tailor at his wedding. The mother, however, said, "Now go and look for some big stones. We'll find the we will fill the wicked beast's stomach with them while he's asleep." Then the 7 kids dragged the stones thither with all speed, and put as many of them into his stomach as they could. And sewed him up again in the greatest haste, so that he was not aware of anything, and never once stirred. I think Bill gave him some pudding pops first. Because he had a lot to sleep through. No anesthesia or nothing. Damn.
Just cut him open. Kids jump out, throw some rocks in. He's just like,
wolf right there. What the hell?
It is an ancient recipe.
Yeah.
Stuffed wolf.
When the wolf had his sleep out, he got on his legs, and as the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, he wanted to go to the well to drink. But when he began to walk and to move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then he cried, "Ah, what rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought 'twas 6 kids, but it's only big stones." And when he got to the well and stood over the water and was just about to drink, the heavy stones made him fall in. There was no help for it, but he had to drown miserably. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried aloud, "Oh, the dwarf is dead! The dwarf is dead!" and danced for joy around about the well with their mother.
God, this is so horrible.
I love fairy tales.
I love that story.
These are so much better for children than our modern stories.
I know.
I
This is
know,
so much
right?
better. Like, don't eat stones. Don't get stoned, kids.
Yeah.
Don't get stoned, kids.
Yeah, it gives stone a new meaning.
Ooh.
Oh, Lordy.
There you go.
Okay, I gotta figure this one out, like how we're gonna work this one. But okay, all right.
Oh, work it, baby.
Yeah, just work it. Just work it, Kaiser. Put the booby picture back up. That'll figure it out. Yes. Put the boobs up. There you go.
There we go.
Hello. Anyway,
That makes Rapunzel even better.
It does.
there we go.
Dark thoughts
Yeah,
by
so-
Rapunzel.
Nice big set of cans. Does there you go. Okay. There was a man and a woman who had long in vain wished for a child. At length the woman hoped that God would grant her desire. These people had a little window in the back of their house from which a splendid garden could be seen. It was full of the most beautiful flowers and herbs. It was, however, surrounded by a high wall, and no one dared to go into it because it belonged to a witch who had a great power and was dreaded by all the world. One day, the woman was sitting by the window and looked down into the garden, and she saw a bed which was planted the most beautiful rampion, Rapunzel, and it looked so fresh and green that she longed for it and had a great desire to eat some. Sorry, I had to cough. The desire increased every day, and as she knew that she would not get any of it, she quite pined anyway, and looked pale and miserable. Then her husband was alarmed and asked, Yeah, what ails you, dear wife? She replied, if I can't get some of that rampion to eat, which is in the garden behind the house, I'll surely die. The man who loved her thought, sooner let your wife die, bring her some rampion yourself, let it cost you what it will. In the twilight of the evening, he clambered over the wall into the garden of the witch, hastily clutched a handful of rampion and took it to his wife. She at once made herself a salad with it and ate it with much relish.
Why would you eat it with relish? Why not just put a little bit of ranch dressing on it?
I was just going to say, that's absolutely disgusting.
bitch.
I mean, at
Don't
least
put
have
relish on
the little vinaigrette, for God's sake, you absolute disgusting plebeian. Anyway.
I don't even know what he's reading. It's just every time he talks, my eyes are mesmerized.
Yes, you want to keep staring, don't you?
I can
Look into my eyes.
Into the longing.
I can remove myself so it's more pronounced.
You used to call her wrap a pretzel. You used to call it wrap a pretzel.
Continuing on. She, however, liked it so much, so very much, that the next day she longed for it 3 times as much as before. If she was to have any rest, her husband must once more descend into the garden in the gloom of the evening. Therefore, he let himself down again. But when he clambered down the wall and was terribly afraid, for he saw the witch standing before him.
He went down that garden again, man. I'm telling you, you want to get down inside that garden, you need to come bring a little bit of gift.
Better make sure to trim that up first, though, before I go in that garden. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
How dare you?
She said while looking angry.
Descend into my garden, steal my rampion, you little thief. You shall be suffered for it.
Answered he. Let mercy take the place of justice. I do that of necessity. My wife saw your rampion from the window and felt such a longing for it that she would have died if I had not got some to eat. Then the witch let out her anger, let her anger be softened a little bit, and said to him,
if the case be as you say, I will allow you to take away with you as much rampion as you will. Only I make one condition. You must give me the child which your wife will bring into the world. It shall be well treated, and I will take care of it like her mother.
Oh.
Come with me if you want to live.
Can't this dude go to the market?
Right?
right?
Yeah, go to the market, get some. Why you got to take some?
It'd be cheaper than your firstborn.
Yeah. Oof.
As long as they ain't got to pay no child support, goddamn.
I need you to sign this here piece of paper. Don't worry, it's nothing. It's nothing.
All depends on the child. You can always make another one look like him.
I brought you in this world. I'll take you out because I'm gonna make another one just like
y'all
it.
look alike.
I don't like you anyway.
The man in his terror consented to everything, and when the woman at last had a little daughter, the witch appeared once again and gave the name Sorry, my eyes are getting all screwed up again. I don't even have the excuse. I'm wearing my glasses tonight, too. Jeez. Gave the child the name of Rapunzel and took her away with her. Rapunzel grew into the most beautiful child beneath the sun. When she was 12 years old, the witch shut her into a tower, which lay into the forest and had neither stairs nor door, but quite at the top was a little window. When the witch wanted to go in, she placed herself beneath this and cried,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down thy hair.
You're welcome, Internet.
This witch is ugly, man.
That I just have that mental image.
Schwarzenegger with long hair and a nose and a witch's hat.
Just climbing up this braided hair.
Right? Rapunzel, what is best in life? Anyway.
Kill your enemies. Watch them driven before you. Reap the lamentations of the women.
Rapunzel had magnificent long hair, fun spine and spun gold, and when she heard the voice of the witch, she unfastened her braided tresses and wound them around one of the hooks by the window, and then the hair fell 20 ells down, and the witch climbed up it. After a year or two, it came to pass that the king's son rode through the forest, but went by the tower. Then he heard a song which was so charming that when he stood and listened, this was Rapunzel, who in her solitude passed the time letting her sweet voice resound. The king's son wanted to climb up to her and looked for a door in the tower, but none was to be found. He rode home, but the singing had so deeply touched his heart that every day he went out of the forest to listen to it. Once, when he was thus standing by a tree, he saw the witch came there and heard how she cried,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down thy hair.
Then Rapunzel let down her braids of her hair, in which the witch climbed up to her. First, I gotta remember.
So you need to do Elmo for this voice. For him,
I thought about it. I realized,
it's got to be Elmo.
If that is the letter by which one notes, I will try thy fortune.
The next day, when it began to grow dark, he went to the tower and cried,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down thy hair.
Immediately the hair fell down, and so the king's son climbed up. At first, Rapunzel was terribly frightened of the man, such that her eyes, never yet beheld, came to her. But the king's son began to talk to quiet like a friend, talking to her quite like a friend. I'm sorry, I cannot see what is going on there. Anyway, and told her that his heart had been so stirred that, along with his loins, that it had let him have no rest. So he had been forced to see her. Then Rapunzel lost her fear, and then he asked her if she would take him for her husband. And she saw that he was young and handsome. She thought,
he will love me more than old Dame Gertha does. Yes.
And then she said yes and laid her hand on his. She said also,
I will really go away with you, but I do not know how to get downs. Bring it with you the skin of silk every time that you come, and I will weave a ladder with it. When it is ready, I will descend, and you will take me on your horse. Oh my.
Don't get the horse involved.
It's quite the donkey show.
Oh, God.
Would you like me to take you to see some stars?
I'm prancing. I'm prancing.
Look,
anyway,
over there.
Smack me harder, Daddy.
I'm seeing the stars.
They want to see some more.
They agreed that until that time, he should come for her every evening, for the old woman came by day. Oh my. The witch remarked nothing of this until once Rapunzel said to her, oh God, I got the voices crossed again. Okay. I think this is Gollum.
Yes.
Okay.
Tell me, Dame Dorothy, how it happens that you are so much heavier for me to drop than the
Wait, no, that's not it.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh, yeah.
young king's son. He was with me at the moment.
Ah, you wicked child!
Cried the witch.
What do I hear you say? I thought I'd separated you from the world, and yet you have deceived me.
In her anger, she clutched Rapunzel's beautiful tresses, wrapped them twice around her left hand, seized a pair of scissors with the right, and snip, snip, they were cut off, and the lovely braids lay on the ground. Then she was so pitiless that she took poor Rapunzel into a desert where she had to live in great grief and misery.
Nice.
On the same day, however, she cast out Rapunzel the witch. In the evening, she fastened the braids of hair, which she had cut off, to the hook on the window, when the king's son came and cried,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down the hair.
She let the hair down. The king's son ascended. He did not find his dearest Rapunzel above, but the witch, who gazed at him with wicked and venomous looks.
Aha!
She cried mockingly.
You would fetch for your dearest. Yeah, but the beautiful bird sits no longer singing in the nest. The cat has got it. I will scratch out your eyes as well. Rapunzel is close to you. You will never see her anymore.
The king's son was beside himself with grief, and in his despair he had leapt from the tower, escaped with his life, but the thorns into which he fell pierced his eyes. When he wandered quite blind through the forest, ate nothing but roots and berries, and did nothing but lament and weep over the loss of his dearest wife. Thus he roamed about in misery for some years, and at length came to the desert where Rapunzel lived in wretchedness. He heard a voice, and it seemed so familiar to him that he went towards it. When he approached, Rapunzel knew him and fell on his neck and wept. 2 of her tears wetted his eyes, and they grew clear again, and he could see with them as before. He led her to his kingdom, where he was joyfully received, and they lived for a long time, happy and contented.
Jesus.
So the ending would have been shorter if he'd have just had some damn Visine.
Yeah.
Right, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's all I
Get some
needed.
Visine.
At least until then Rapunzel sees the rampion, and then I get round 2, bitch.
I burned the tower to the ground. I got the chopper.
Get in the chopper.
Lefty tears make everything bright and clear.
Oh God, that sounds like a band.
Lefty tears.
That is gonna be my next album. I swear to God, that has got to be my next album. There is no way that I can get around that at all. That is just too much.
There she is.
There's the lady.
Look at her. Sweet.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
Hey.
Oh, sorry. Let me change the talking pair of cans there.
Oh,
Oh no, she might like those.
she
We
might.
have to be
I was-
entertained.
I was looking at those, Kaiser. I mean, I'm not going to discriminate. A nice rack you got going on there.
Yeah, you know.
Well, it was either those cans or Boris the Soviet love hammer.
Yeah, stop it. Get some help.
That's awesome.
There we go. King. Yeah. Lord Eggplant, the dark
I just
pineapple.
painted an eggplant nestled between 2 apples.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was very large. and
I am
dark.
Lord Eggplant.
nice.
Or was it
Very
more like
girthy.
the?
Yes, I am most gothy. Yes.
Very, very much so, sir.
Welcome to Sun Turner.
Good garden this
Yes.
year.
Eggplant and German pineapple. That's
Mm-hmm.
something.
Yes.
Sounds like a spicy recipe.
Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it?
God, okay. Little brother and little sister. Little brother took his little sister by the hand and said, "Since our mother died, we have no happiness. Our stepmother beats us every day.
Like she should.
Just beat it.
And if we come near her, if we come near her, she kicks us away with her foot. Our meals are hard crusts of bread that are left over. The little dog, the little dog under the table is better off, for she often throws it a nice bit."
Lady, there ain't enough peanut butter in the world.
Oh God! Sorry, that was so inappropriate. Sorry for all those peanut butter lovers out there. Sorry.
Come here, Spot. Come here. I got something for you. Good boy.
Oh God.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh Lord, may heaven pity us. If our mother only knew. Come, we will go forth together in the wide world. They walked the whole day over meadows, fields, and stony places. And when it rained, the little sister said, "Heaven and our hearts are weeping together." In the evening, they came to a large forest, and they were so weary with sorrow and hunger and the long walk that they lay down in a hollow tree and fell asleep.
Probably should have ate the peanut butter.
Yeah.
That's all the stepmother wanted. Ew.
Sounds like the start of a really bad horror movie.
Somebody call my name.
By the next day, when they awoke, the sun was already high and shone down hot into the tree. Then the little brother,
wacky tobacco.
little brother said, "Little sister, I am thirsty. If I knew of a little brook, I would go and take a drink. I think I hear one running."
Nope, just had to pee.
The little brother got up and took the little sister by the hand, and they set off to find the brook. Aye, but the wicked stepmother was a witch, burn her, and had seen the two children had gone away. She had crept after them, as witches do creep, and had bewitched all the brooks in the forest. Now, when they found a little brook leaping brightly over the stones, the little brother was going to drink out of it, but the little sister heard how it said as it ran, "Who drinks of me, a tiger be? Who drinks of me, a tiger be?" Then the
Never
little
seen a tiger bee. Is that a little bit like a bumblebee but bigger and meaner?
No.
I don't know, but rawr, baby.
You know you like that tiger, you damn kangaroo.
Then the little sister cried, "Pray, dear brother, do not drink, or you will become a wild beast and tear me to pieces."
Oh.
Jeez.
Wow.
The little brother did not drink, although he was so thirsty, but said, I will wait for the next spring. When they came to the next brook, the little sister heard this say, Who drinks of me, a wolf will be. Who drinks of me, a wolf will be.
Well, if that's the case, why don't they both drink of it and then they can both become wolves?
That's right.
That's actually a good point.
I'm just thinking, I mean, think outside the box, you know, stay away from the peanut butter.
And then it could be
drink in
like
the
one of
spring.
Teresa's stories.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then the little sister cried out, Pray, dear little brother, do not drink, or you will become a wolf and devour me. The little brother did not drink and said, I will wait until we come to the next spring, but then I must drink. Say what you like, for my thirst is too great.
So great.
And when they came to the third brook, the little sister heard how it said as it ran, Who drinks of me, a roebuck be? Who drinks of me?
That's my question.
A roebuck will be.
Someone educate me. What's a
They gonna
roebuck?
turn to a catalog or what?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, is he going to turn to the catalog? She's going to go, oh, look, there's pictures of bras and panties.
And then she'll be devoured. I mean,
Oh, God. Or used as toilet paper in the outhouse. You never know.
See? It might be.
Could be.
That's what it will be.
The
be
little
Sears
sister
Roebuck with
said,
me.
Oh, I pray you, dear little brother, do not drink, or you will become a roe and run away from me. But the little brother had knelt by the brook and had
it's a
bent
deer.
down and drunk some of the water, and as soon as the first drops touched his lips, he lay there, a young roe. And now the little sister wept over her poor bewitched little brother, and the little roe also wept, and sat sorrowfully near to her. But at last the girl said, Oh, be quiet, little dear roe. I will never, never leave you. Then
Especially if I go drink out of that other one where I become a wolf and eat your ass. Then you become dinner, dear brother.
She didn't say she wouldn't leave him, but she didn't say she wouldn't have venison tonight either.
I don't think they thought this through.
Not at all.
Then she untied her golden garter.
Why
and
is she
put it
wearing
around-
garters?
Put it round the
She's a little too
roe's
young to
neck.
be wearing garters.
Yeah, really?
And she plucked rushes and wove them into a soft cord. With this, she tied the little animal and led it on.
Oh, yeah. Tie me up.
This is her brother. That's her brother. Don't do this to your
no,
brother.
No. Not your brother. Not your brother. No, wait. Take that back. Whoops. No, I forgot. Okay.
And
Well,
she
we'll forget
walked
that.
deeper and deeper into the forest. And when they had gone a very long way, they came to a little house. The girl looked in, and it was empty. She thought, We can stay here and live.
And
Then
your
she-
dinner.
Then she sought for leaves and moss to make for a soft bed for the roe. Every morning she went out and gathered roots and berries and nuts for herself, and brought tender grass for the roe, who ate out of her hand, and was content, and played round about her. In the evening, when the little sister was tired, and she had said her prayer, she laid her head upon the roe's back. That was her pillow, and she slept softly on it. And if only the little brother had had his human form, it would have been a delightful life. For some time they were alone like this in the wilderness. But it happened that the king of the country held a great hunt in the forest.
Oh, shit.
Then the blasts of the horns, the barking of the dogs, and the merry shouts of the huntsmen ran through the trees, and the roe heard it all, and was only too anxious to be there.
Run, Forrest.
Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go with dirty looks and Playboy books. Hi-ho, hi-ho.
Oh, said he to his little sister, let me be off to the hunt. I cannot bear it any longer. And he begged so much for that at last she agreed. But she said to him, come back to me in the evening. I must shut my door for fear of all the rough huntsmen. Oh dear. So knock and say, my little sister, let me in, that I may know you. And if you do not say that, I shall not open the door. Then the young roe sprang away, so happy was he, and so merry in the open air. The king and the huntsman saw the pretty creature.
Blam!
And started after him.
Exactly.
The end.
But they could not catch him, and when they thought they had surely had him, away he sprang through the bushes and was gone. When it was dark, he ran to the cottage, knocked, and said, my little sister, let me in. Then the door was opened for him, and he jumped in, rested himself the whole night through upon his soft bed. On the next day, the hunt went on afresh. And when the roe again heard the bugle horn and the ho-ho of the huntsman, he had no peace, but said, sister, let me out, I must be off. His sister again opened the door for him and said, but you must be here again in the evening and say your password. When the king and his huntsmen again saw the young roe with the golden collar, they all chased him, but he was too quick and nimble for them. This went on for the whole day, but by evening the huntsmen had surrounded him, and one of them had wounded him a little in the foot, so that he limped and ran slowly. Then a hunter crept up after him to the cottage and heard how he said, my little sister, let me in, and saw that the door was open for him and was shut once again. The huntsman took notice of it all and went to the king. Please don't die, he said.
It's the plague.
He went to the king and he told him of what he had seen and heard. Then the king said, tomorrow we will hunt once more. The little sister, however, was dreadfully frightened when she saw that her little roe was hurt. She washed the blood off of him, laid herbs on the wound, and said, go to your bed, dear roe, that he may get well again. But the wound was so slight that the roe, next morning, did not feel it any more. And when he again heard the sport outside, he said, I cannot bear it. I must be there. They shall not find it so easy to catch me. The little sister cried and said, this time they will kill you, and here I am alone in the forest and forsaken by all the world. I will not let you out. Then you will have me die in grief, answered the roe. When I hear the bugle horns, I feel as if I must jump out of my skin. Then the little sister could not do otherwise, but opened the door for him with a heavy heart, and the roe, full of health and joy, bounded away into the forest. When the king saw him, he said to the huntsman, now chase him all day, long till nightfall, but take care that no one does him any harm. As soon as the sun set, the king said to the huntsman, now come and show me the cottage in the wood. And when he was at the door, he knocked and called out, dear little sister, let me in.
Let me in, baby.
Then the door opened, and the king walked in, and there stood this beautiful maiden, more lovely than any he had ever seen. The maiden was so frightened when she saw not her little roe, but a man with a golden crown upon his head. But the king looked kindly at her stretched out his hand and said, "Will you go with me to my palace and be my dear wife?"
And just bailed on him. Just left him there.
What? That's
Wait, the king got no pants on.
Hey, pants are prison.
why?
Pants prison.
Pants are prison. He's got a
no
loincloth.
pants.
Who is this?
Lady,
Scroll
you
up.
know you like the loincloth. He's got some scrawny legs, but that's
Let's
okay.
see this dude. Scroll up.
Gaze upon
Yeah.
my sword of
Let me-
truth.
That's beautiful. Look at this woman.
I think she's kind of cute.
I mean, she's
Well, I
alright,
mean,
but
No,
he's
no wonder there's so much incest in these fairy tales. Look at this
I
woman.
don't know.
I mean, her eyes are about as separated. They sort of look like one of them fish, that you see. and you're
She's
just
like a damn
what are you
Picasso
looking
painting.
at? Yeah.
I mean, he's no prize himself. He kind of
He's got
Oh,
scrawny
they're all-
legs. Look at those kneecaps.
They're all hunchbacked. She's all hunchbacked. In about 5 years, she's gonna just be like walking with a cane and just like, I don't have enough bone meal in my
They're-
system. Give
they're
me another beer.
related. They're related anyway. Give them a break. Come on, it'll be fine.
From maiden to crone in the blink of an eye.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, yes, indeed, answered the maiden. But the little roe must go with me. I cannot leave him.
He says, "Wonderful. We'll have dinner tonight."
Hell yeah.
I'm hungry too.
The king said, "He shall stay with you as long as you live, and shall want for nothing." Just then he came running in, and the little sister again tied him with a cord of rushes, took it in her own hand, and went away with the king from the cottage. The king took the lovely maiden upon his horse.
I'd
And
take her in the
carries-
bedroom, but
Many,
why on the
many
horse?
times.
It's
That's
up to you. However you want to do it.
Whatever.
I would have used like the cottage or something.
Hey,
It seems like it would be
we all have our
hard
kink.
because the horse is so high, and I'm sure she's not. I'm trying to envision this. Like, how would you take the lovely maiden upon this horse? Because
Well, first
There's
you gotta pull her skirt up over her head so she can't see how small it is, and then you.
but the horse isn't that tall, or the horse is too tall to bend her over on. So how is this?
Well,
this
no,
a
you
miniature
take her
horse?
on top of the horse. You have to be on top of the horse.
But her
There's
little
a reason
feet
why-
gonna be dangling over the side, and what is
The-
he doing? Standing upon a little stool or something?
The saddle horn rubbing up against her
Oh, dear
back
Lord.
door.
Y'all are thinking about this way too much. Way.
Saying, that
Way too
leather
much.
does a lot for the ladies. Just saying.
Well, and that's true. There is a lot of humping action that's possible.
Smell
there,
leather,
so-
stink of a whip.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
He carried her to his palace, where the wedding was held with great pomp. She was now the queen, and they lived for a long time happily together. The roe was tended and cherished, and ran about the palace garden. Ay, but the wicked witch, because of whom the children had gone out into the world, thought all the time that the little sister had been torn to pieces by the wild beasts in the wood, and that the little brother had been shot for a roe by the huntsman. Now, when she heard that they were so happy and so well off, envy and hatred rose in her heart and left her no peace, and she thought of nothing but how she could bring them again to misfortune.
What a bitch, man.
Her own daughter, who was as ugly as night and had only one eye, grumbled at her.
She
Might
went
be
by
the
the name of
inbreeding. It was
Lucky.
inbreeding.
They call me Lucky.
Call me Lucky. I'm so
Come here.
special.
Come here, boy. Bring that jar of peanut butter with you.
I'm not a cyclops, Mom.
I see you. You look special to me. I feel so special.
Why can't I have a patch just like the other pirates?
Hey, you guys.
Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys.
And her brother was named Sloth.
She grumbled at her and said, "Oi, queen, that ought to be in my luck." "Only be quiet," answered the old woman, and comforted her by saying, "When the time comes, I shall be ready.
Oh yeah. Where's my
As ti-
fluffer?
As time went on, the queen had a pretty little boy. It happened that the king was out hunting. So the old witch took the form of the chambermaid and went into the room where the queen lay and said to her, "Come, the bath is ready. It will do you good and give you fresh strength. Make haste before it gets cold."
And don't poop in this bucket. I'm your chambermaid.
Marta, you okay?
No, I'm not. I'm feeling witchy now. See, I've even changed my icon right there.
Oh yeah,
I have. The daughter.
That hen house loose.
The daughter was also close by, so they carried the weak queen into the bathroom and put her into the bath. Then they shut the door and ran away. But in the bathroom, they had made a fire of such deadly heat that the beautiful queen was soon suffocated.
Oh, you bastards!
When
You done killed a good piece of tail.
So they boiled her to death?
It sounds like
No, there was a
smoked her out.
sauna.
Smoked her out.
It was
Yeah.
a sauna.
Damn, that's rough.
When this was done, the old woman took her daughter, put a nightcap on her head, and laid her in the bed in the place of the queen.
Oh, the old
She gave her,
switcheroo.
too, the shape and the look of the queen, only she could not make good the lost eye.
Just that one little detail.
One little thing.
What's wrong with you? Why are you all cockeyed tonight?
Don't you look at me.
What the hell's the matter with you?
Look deeply
You go
into
find
your
that
eyes.
horse and have it kick you again.
Or it could be drunk and see double, so I mean, it could look like she has two eyes. I mean, damn.
But in order that the king might not see it, she was to lie on the side in which she had no eye. In the evening, when he came home and heard that he had a son, he was heartily glad and was going to the bed of his dear wife to see how she was. But the old woman quickly called out, "Oh, for your life, leave the curtains closed. The queen ought not see the light yet, and must have rest." The king went away and did not find out that a false queen was lying in the bed. But at midnight, when all slept, the nurse, who was sitting in the nursery by the cradle, and who was the only person awake, saw the door open and the true queen walk in.
I thought she was dead.
I thought she was too.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you lie?
She took the child out of the cradle, laid it in her arm, and nursed it. Then she took it up its pillow, laid the child down again, and covered it with the little quilt. And she did not forget the roe, but went into the corner where he lay and stroked his back. Then she went quite silently out the door again. The next morning, the nurse asked the guards whether anyone had come into the palace during the night, but they answered, "No, we have seen no one." She came thus many nights and never spoke a word. The nurse always saw her, but she did not dare tell anyone about it. When some time passed in this manner, the queen began to speak in the night and said, "How fares my child? How fares my roe? Twice shall I come, then never mo." Then never mo.
Never
Wow.
mo.
No,
You gotta say it right. You gotta say
Ain't
it
coming
right.
back, Nimbo.
Twice I shall
If you're gonna be
come.
reading this, you need to learn how to read right. Okay. Okay.
I will fix that. I will fix it.
Damn. What women?
The nurse did not answer, but when the queen had gone again, went to the king and told him all. The king said, "Oh, heavens, what is this? Tomorrow night I'll watch by the child." In the evening he went into the nursery, and at midnight the queen again appeared and said, Well, how fares my child? How fares my roe? What shall I come, then never mow?
You need to say that with some emphasis.
Yes, there's
Oh,
a
where's
that?
point.
Mo. Mo.
Mow.
Then never
Mo like
mow.
ho.
And she nursed the child as she was wont to do before she disappeared. The king dared not speak to her, but on the next night he watched again. Then she said, how fares my child? How fares my roe? This time I come, then never mow.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. That's right. You got it, girl.
At that, the king could not restrain himself. He sprang towards her and said, well, you can't be none other than my dear wife. She answered, yes, I am your dear wife. And at the same moment, she received life again, and by God's grace became fresh, rosy, and full of health. Then she told the king of the evil deed which the wicked witch and her daughter had been guilty of towards her. The king ordered both to be led before the judge, and the judgment was delivered against them. The daughter was taken into the forest, where she was torn to pieces by wild beasts.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the witch was cast into the fire and miserably burnt.
Oh, you burnt my fingers, you son of a buck. Now how am I going to
My biscuits are burning. My biscuits are
burn
burning.
the witch? Burn the witch.
And as soon as she was burnt, the roe changed his shape and received his human form again. So the little sister and little brother lived happily together all their lives.
Well, hopefully, whenever he came to like become his normal size again,
Look.
hopefully he was like got some clothes or something. Because
I hope he did. Was he naked? He was naked.
Look, yet again,
naked.
we are grateful to the porn industry for reversing the blight on stepmothers. Because they've been getting a bad rap for years.
Unless they always get stuck in washing machines and all
Well,
that.
that's now. It happens. They're just helping them out whenever they get stuck under the bed and the washing machine.
Right.
Things under the bed. I mean, so many things under the bed.
You think those stepmothers would figure this out by now? You know, stop getting stuck in shit. You know, just,
It's okay. I'm happy to help you get out. Yeah.
I'm still stuck, but I'm happier. I'm just gonna go to sleep right here.
You've been in the bathroom way too long tonight. What are you doing in there?
It's because she's stuck in the toilet this time.
Do you need some help?
She always needs some- Diva, that you got like standing ovation. I love
Thank
it.
you, guys.
That
Thank
was
you.
so
Very
good.
good
So
job.
good. Yes,
That one was fun. That was fun to read.
that was a good one.
I liked it. Liked it a lot.
All right. The star money. There was once on a time a little girl whose father and mother were dead. Oh my God, it's a Disney story. She was so poor that she no longer had any little room to live in or bed to sleep in. At last, she had nothing else but the clothes she was wearing and a little bit of bread in her hand, which some charitable soul had given her.
For a hand
She
job.
She was, however, good and pious.
So no hand jobs for you.
Yeah, no hand jobs for you.
She was so poor she couldn't afford a 5-finger discount.
And that's why she only had a little piece of bread.
That's why she only had a little piece of bread. Mhm.
That's right. Mm-hmm. She
And
can
as she-
bow.
And as she was thus forsaken by the world, she went forth into the open country, trusting in the good God. Then a poor man met her who said, give me something to eat. I am so hungry. And do you happen to have any pudding pops? She reached him with the whole of her piece of bread and said, may God bless it to you. And went onward. Then came a child who moaned and said, "My head is so cold. Give me something to cover it with." She took off her hood and gave it to him. And when she walked a little further, she met another child who had no jacket and was frozen in the cold. Then she gave it her own. A little further on, one begged for a frock. She gave that away too. "Quit giving your shit away, woman."
She is going to be naked by the end of this story.
You already be naked, and that's how you going to be able to eat.
I like your ass. Can I wear it as a hat?
Put the lotion on your skin.
She puts the lotion on her skin.
Put the lotion on the skin.
Puts the lotion on its skin and puts the lotion on the basket.
At length, she got into a forest, and it had become already dark. And there came yet another child. Damn, how many hungry children are there out there?
I don't know. I think we start beating them.
Where the hell is CPS at this point? Like,
For real.
do your job.
And asked for a little shirt. The little girl thought to herself, "It's dark now, and no one sees me. I could very well give my little shirt away and take it out." And took it off and gave that away also.
Now she's done naked.
Now she's naked, and that's how she gonna eat tonight, children. I'm
Yep.
just telling you.
She gonna do a little more neat tonight.
Mm-hmm. And so she stood and had not one single thing left. Then suddenly some stars from heaven fell down.
P.
And they were
Diddy.
and they were God.
I'm your daddy now.
Yeah. So
I'm your daddy, Diddy.
I'm gonna open up
Just
the
the donkey
studio.
punch wearing off.
Right.
The stars are falling.
Suddenly some stars from heaven fell down, and they were nothing but hard, smooth pieces of money. And although she had just given her little shirt away, lo, she had a new one, which was the very finest linen. And then she gathered together the money into this and was rich all the days of her life.
That's right. Get naked, you get rich.
What the story you need to learn from this is if you go out stripping, you will make some money.
Make it rain, baby.
You
Make
need
it
to
rain.
have them make it rain.
The stars will show up. They will throw money at you. Look at them. Look at them.
Keep
nice
your
breasts.
shirt. You will be covered.
And these stories, these legends, some old man up in the trees looking at this little girl making it rain, and she thought it was heaven. But she got her money, guys, didn't she?
Well, she got it.
something.
She got something.
She got a little something, something. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Stars were like, yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So is it my turn?
Yep.
All right. So we got the fisherman and his wife.
Smells like tuna in here.
Hold on. Damn it. All right. There was once a time a fisherman who lived with his wife in a miserable hovel close by the sea, and every day he went out fishing. And once, as he was sitting with his rod looking at the clear water,
You know,
He's just sitting out there with his line out,
wow.
you know.
I just let this hang right
They
here.
just
I'm looking
dangle
at
the old worm out there. God damn.
yeah, sometimes they forget where they're at. You know, you have to go out there and catch them, bring them back in. You know, have
Some
fun. You
people
can't
react
be
differently
shaking
to
your
a
waiter at
sunrise.
everybody. It's
Hey, it happens. They make
Get
a
all
note for that
excited.
now.
looking at the clear water. His line suddenly went down, far down
happens.
below, and when he drew it up again, he brought out a large flounder. Then the flounder said to him,
Hark, you fisherman. I pay you. Let me live. I am no flounder, really, but an enchanted prince. What good will it do you to kill me? I shall not be good to eat. Put me in the water again and let me go.
Come, said the fisherman. There There's no need for so many words about it. If fish can talk, I should certainly let it go anyhow. With that, he put him back into the clear water, and the flounder went to the bottom, leaving a long streak of blood behind him. Ew. Dude.
Ew.
Then the fisherman got up and went home to his wife in the hovel. Husband, said the woman, have you caught nothing today?
It's just some gonorrhea.
Something from that bloody fish. Ew.
Well, I shouldn't have stuck my pole in that thing.
No, said the man. What should I wish for? No, said the man. I did catch a flounder who said he was an enchanted prince, so I let him go again. Did you not wish for anything first? Said the woman. No, said the man. What should I wish for? Ah, said the woman. It's surely hard to have to live always in this dirty hovel. You might have wished for a small cottage for us. Go back and call him. Tell him we want to have a small cottage. He'll certainly give us that. Ah, said the man. Why should I go there again? Why, said the woman. You did catch him. You let him go again. He is sure to do it. Go at once. The man still did not quite like to go, but did not want to oppose his wife and went to the sea. When he got there, the sea was all green and yellow. Did this fish give the sea gonorrhea?
I'm telling you, that's what I said. Don't stick your pole in some strange flounder.
So, okay. Flounder.
Get it tested.
Flounder, flounder in the sea, come I pray thee here to be. For my wife, Dame Isabel, we're going to call her Isabel. Whilst not I have her at will. Oh. Okay. Whilst not I have her at will. So what are we saying here? If you don't come, she ain't going to give me no booty? Okay. Yeah. So basically what dude says, I'm going to translate this because the thing, hey, fish, get up here because my wife wants you to come here or she ain't going to give me no booty. So,
yeah.
Then the flounder came swimming to him and said, Well, what does she want then? Ah, said the man, I did catch you. And my wife says I really ought to have wished for something. She does not like to have a wretched hovel any longer. She would like to have a cottage. Go then, said the flounder. She has it already. When the man got home, his wife was no longer in the hovel, but instead of it, there stood a small cottage, and she was sitting on a bench before the door. Then she took him by the hand and said to him, Just come inside. Look, now it isn't this a great deal better?
That's right. I'll come inside.
It's always better when you come inside. So, cream pie, anyone? It's a fresh cream pie. You must let it cool first. Anyway.
Warm it up.
So they went in, and there was a small porch and a pretty little parlor and bedroom and kitchen and pantry, with the best of furniture and fitted up with the most beautiful things made of tin and brass, whatsoever was wanted. And behind the cottage was a small yard with hens and ducks and a little garden with flowers and fruit. Look, said the wife, is that not nice? Yes, said the husband, and so we must always think it. Now we will live quite contented. We will think about that, said the wife.
Greedy bitch?
Yeah.
Bitch?
Always. Always.
With that, they ate something and went to bed.
That's what you
Everything was well for a week or a fortnight, and then the woman said, Hark, you husband, this cottage is far too small for us, and the garden and yard a little. The flounder might just as well have given us a larger house. I should like to live in a great stone castle. Go to the flounder and tell him to give us a castle. Oh, wife, said the man, the cottage is quite good enough. Why should we live in a castle? What? Said the woman. Go at once. The flounder can always do that. No, wife, said the man. The flounder has just given us the cottage. I do not like to go back so soon. It might make him angry. Go, said the woman. He can do it quite easily and will be glad to do it. You just go to him. Asshole. The man's
No, she
heart.
be a bitch.
She is.
Just like needy.
I tell you what, you want to clean it? Shut up.
You just one
Make me
like
a sandwich.
hip flap, just smack, be like,
Make me a
woman,
sandwich.
get
Make
in
me a
there.
sandwich and shut up. We're happy right now.
That's right.
Be
Do I
happy
need to
if
show
you
you a
just
lesson
shut
in the
up and make
bedroom?
You
me
know
a
how you know how much the damn utility bill is in that hassle? Shut the up.
It's like she just needs a damn good spanking. That's all she needs.
Yes, she does.
That's what she wants.
That's probably exactly what she needs.
Yes, she does.
Mm-hmm.
So the man's heart grew heavy, and he did not wish to go. He said to himself, "It is not right," and yet he went. And when he came to the sea, the water was quite purple and dark blue and gray and thick and no longer green and yellow, but it was still quiet. And he stood there and said, "Flounder, flounder in the sea, I pray thee hear to me, for my wife the bitch, Dame Isabel, wills not as I have her will."
Well, what that bitch want now?
Yeah.
What the bitch
Well, what she
That's for
want
a new
She's
now?
always
wife.
wants something.
Said Flounder. "Alas," said the man, half scared, "she wants to live in a great stone castle." "Go to it then. She's standing before the door," said the Flounder. Then the man went home, and when he got there, he found a great stone palace, and his wife was just standing on the steps going in. She took him by the hand and said, "Come in." So he went with her, and in the castle was a great hall paved with marble and many servants who flung wide the doors. The walls were all bright with beautiful hangings, and the rooms were chairs and tables of pure gold. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and all the rooms and bedrooms had carpets. Food and wine of the very best were standing on all the tables, so that they nearly broke down beneath it. Behind the house, there was a great courtyard with stables for horses and cows and very best of carriages. There was a magnificent large garden too, with the most beautiful flowers and fruit trees, and a park quite half a mile long, in which were stags and deer and hares and everything that could be desired.
She needs to shape that thing.
Mhm.
Right. That is right.
"Come," said the woman, "isn't it beautiful?"
Oh, I did multiple times.
"Yes, indeed," said the man. "Now let it be. We will live in this beautiful castle and be content." "We will consider about that," said the woman, "and sleep upon it." Thereupon they went to bed. Next morning the wife awoke first. It was just daybreak, and from her bed she saw the beautiful country lying before her. Her husband was still stretching himself, so she poked him in the side with her elbow and said, "Get up, husband, and just peep out of the window. Look, couldn't we be king over all that land? Go to the flounder. We will be king." I love how we say "we will be king."
And he said,
Yeah.
first of all, if you ever poke me to wake me up ever again, I'm gonna smack shit out of you.
Exactly. You're going down like
She got a little mouse in her pocket or something. Wee shit. I don't know what's going on.
I was gonna say, you're going down like Mike Tyson.
Dot that I for a little bit.
I was waiting for this to turn into they go into the castle and come to find out they're trespassing in the king's castle and they lock them in the dungeon. So That's how she gets to live in a big castle.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. I was hoping.
Ah, wife, said the man, why should we be king? I do not want to be king. Well, said the wife, if you won't be king, I will. Good flounder, for I will be king. Oh, wife, said the man, why do you want to be king? I do not like to say that to him. Why not? Said the woman. Go to him at once. I must be king. So the man went and was quite unhappy because his wife wished to be king. It is not right. It is not right, thought he. He did not wish to go, but yet he went. And when he came to the sea, it was quite dark gray, and the water heaved up from below and smelled putrid. Fucking damn. Ugh.
Yeah,
Then he
so
went-
they make a cleanser for that.
Well,
saying.
you know, a little penicillin, yeah.
Bleach.
A little penicillin, a little bit of what do they call it, Massengill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ew.
Ew.
Ow.
Ew.
Ow.
Flounder.
Yeah.
Did we get a little imagery there, guys? Are we good now? Little whiff reminiscence there, guys. Come on now.
Keep the pasture clean. That's all I'm saying. Just keep it clean. Okay.
It smells like rotten tuna and sadness.
No, it's flounder. It's flounder.
Flounder in the sea. Oh, damn it. Come, I pray thee, here to me. For that bitch, wills not, I'd have her will. Well, what does she want now? Said the flounder. Alas, said the man, she fucking wants to be king. Go to her. She is king already. So the man went. And when he came to the palace, the castle had become much larger, and a great tower had in magnificent ornaments. The sentinel was standing before the door, and there were numbers of soldiers with kettle drums and trumpets. And when he went inside the house, everything was of real marble and gold, with
That
velvet
fake
covers.
shit you had before.
That's right, and great golden tassels. Then the doors of the hall were opened, and there was a court in all its splendor, and his wife was sitting on a high throne of gold and diamonds, with a great crown on her head, and a scepter of pure gold and jewels in her hand. On both sides of her were big ass men. Oh no, not men. Where stood her. I was in a totally different thought scenario, guys. Sorry. Anyway, so on the sides of her stood her maids in waiting in a row, each of them always one head shorter than the last. Then he went and stood before her and said, "Ah, wife, now you are king." "Yes," said the woman, "now I am king." So he stood and looked at her, and when he had looked at her thus for some time, he said, "And now that you are king, let all else be. We wish for nothing more." "Nay, husband," said the woman quite anxiously, "I find time pass very heavily. I can bear it no longer. Go to the flounder. I am king, but I must be emperor too." "Alas, wife, why do you wish to be emperor?" "Husband," said she, "go to the flounder. I will be emperor." "Alas, wife," said the man, "he cannot make you emperor."
We are not in Japan.
Exactly. Speak English.
I think I'm seeing Japanese. I really think so.
Dirty
Japanese.
knees, look at these.
Oh God.
I may not say that to the fish there is only one emperor in the land, and emperor the flounder cannot make you. I assure you he cannot. "What?" said the woman. "I am the king, and you are nothing but my husband." will you go this moment? Go at
Yeah,
once.
I knew
If
that was
he can
coming.
make me come,
Oh,
sorry.
what?
No,
What?
if he can
Oh,
make
what?
me
Make you come. That's not hard. All I gotta do is just talk a little dirty to you. You come all the time.
yeah, so if he can make a king, he can make an emperor. I will be emperor, go instantly. So he was forced to go. As the man went, however, he was troubled in mind and thought to himself, it will not end well. It will not end well. Emperor is too shameless. The flounder will at last be tired out. With that, he reached the sea, and the sea was quite black and thick and began to boil up from below, so that it threw up bubbles. And with the sharp wind blew over it, that it curdled.
Yeah, don't blow bubbles.
Well, it's called a tar pit.
Yeah. And the man was afraid. Then he went and stood by it and said, Flounder, flounder in the sea, fuck. I pray thee here to be.
Fuck.
For my fucking wife again, whilst not as I'd have her will. Well, what does she want now? Said the flounder. Alas, flounder, said he, my wife wants to be emperor. Go to her, said the flounder. She is emperor already. So the man went, and when he got there, the whole palace was made of polished marble and alabaster figures and golden ornaments, and soldiers were marching before him, before the door, blowing trumpets and beating cymbals and drums.
Wheel.
Loud ass motherfuckers. They had to be all loud and shit.
In the house, barons and counts and dukes were going about as servants. Then they opened the doors to him, which were of pure gold. And when he entered, there sat his wife on a throne, which was made of one piece of gold and quite 2 miles high. She wore a great golden crown that was 3 yards high and set with diamonds and carbuncles. On one hand, she had the scepter, and the other, the imperial orb. And on both sides of her stood the yeomen of the guard in 2 rows, each being smaller than the one before him, from the biggest giant, who was 2 miles high, to the very smallest dwarf, just as big as my little finger. And before it stood a number of princes and dukes.
Hey, they're an equal opportunity employer. At least that's good.
Hey, you know, absolutely.
DEI.
Got them there midgets in theirs.
You know, don't count out the midgets. They put in the work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
they do.
you don't want to piss off a midget. They'll get really short with you.
Then the man went and stood among them, and said, Wife, are you emperor now? Yes, she said, now I am emperor. Then he stood and looked at her well, and when he had looked at her thus for some time, he said, Ah, wife, be content now that you were emperor. Husband, said she, why are you standing there? Now that I am emperor, I will be pope too. Go to the flounder. Alas, wife, said the man, what will you not wish for? You cannot be pope. There is but one Christendom. He cannot make you pope. Husband, she said, I will be pope. Go immediately. I must be pope this very day.
She's looking ugly. Look at them legs.
Ew.
What the? Ew.
Ew. What's under her
Already
chair?
a
Wish
holy
for
pain
a
in the
lay or
ass.
Fish.
something. Damn.
She is a royal pain in the ass.
All right. No, wife, said the man. I do not like to say that to him. That would not do. It is too much. The flounder cannot make you pope. Husband, she said. What nonsense. If he can make an emperor, he can make a pope. Go to him directly. I am emperor, and you are nothing but my husband. Will you go at once?
Why don't you get your
Oh,
fucking
bitch.
ass
Yeah.
out there and talk
Get
to
your
him?
ass out
Quit
there.
Why
sending
don't you go
me.
talk? Why don't you go talk to the
It's
fish?
up to me.
Bitch, why don't you
I
get that off that big ass chair and go do it yourself? Goddamn.
I mean, you already got the legs
I'm
for
too-
it, frog bitch.
You suck her soul and
too
leave me all her
busy
shit.
Being a smelly ass old bitch on the throne. Come on now. All right.
At this point, if I divorce her, I come out on top and say, "Man, take 50%. Take 50% of her stuff. I ain't got shit."
Yeah.
Then he was afraid and went, but he was quite faint and shivered and shook, and his knees and legs trembled, and a high wind blew over the land, and the clouds flew, and toward evening all grew black, and the leaves fell from the trees, and the water rose and roared as if it were boiling. It splashed upon the shore. In the distance he saw ships, which were firing guns in their sore need, pitching and tossing on the waves, and yet in the midst of the sky there was still a small bit of blue, though on every side of it was red, as in a heavy storm. So full of despair, he went and stood in much fear and said, Flounder? Flounder in the sea? Fuck shit. Damn it. Come I pray thee, hear to me? For fuck her, man. Will's not. I'd have her will be, or her will. Fuck it, I don't know. Well, what does she want now? Said the flounder. Alas, said the man, she wants to be pope. Go.
She wants to get poked. That's what she wants.
She needs to fucking get poked. She might quit this shit. Alas, said the man, she wants to be pope. Be pope. Go to her then, said the flounder. She is pope already. So he went, and when he got there, he saw what seemed to be a large church surrounded by palaces. He pushed his way through the crowd. Inside, however, everything was lighted with thousands and thousands of candles, and his wife was clad in gold, and she was sitting on a much higher throne and had 3 great golden crowns on, and round about her there was much churchly splendor. And on both sides of her was a row of candles, the largest of which was as tall as the very tallest tower, down to the very smallest kitchen candle, and all the emperors and kings were on their knees before her, yeah, kissing her shoe. Why? Said the man, and looked attentively at her. Are you pope now? Yes, said she, I am pope. So he stood and looked at her, and it was just as if he was looking at the bright sun. When he had stood looking at her as thus for a short time, he said, Ah, wife, if you are pope, do let us all alone. But she looked as stiff as a post, and did not move or show any signs of life. And then said he, Wife, now that you are pope, be satisfied. You cannot become anything higher or greater. I will consider that, said the woman. Thereupon they went to bed. But she was not satisfied, and the greediness let her have no sleep, for she was continually.
I got to interrupt.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is he's banged the Pope, he's banged the Queen, he's banged the King.
No.
He's banged each one of these.
No. Nowhere on this does it say that he banged her.
She is
Therefore,
quite a bitch to
what
be
she
banged.
needs is the D.
Yes, she needs the D.
Damn thing.
This is why you gotta step up, man. Gotta say, no, you bitch, you need to calm down with your greediness.
You need to stop or I will cut off your lifeline.
I am all for women's rights, and let's not degrade women and everything, but sometimes, gentlemen, sometimes women do need the D. And they need it in a way that is just like, shut the hell up and let's do this.
He should have given her the D.
So he needs to give her the D. I don't think he has done it. With
No,
the
I don't think he has either.
I don't think he has. I think that's what's missing here. I think she needs to either like wish for some Viagra or, a stiff wind.
Cialis or whatever you can get.
Whatever.
Okay.
Warm that thing up.
Get up there, get it done, slap her ass, and let's just call it a day. Come on.
Woman. Yeah. A big O, and we're good. Anyway. There's a whole reason that the song goes, oh, it's magic. Okay.
You give it to her to the point to where she wakes up the next morning and goes, the sky is so much bluer and the grass is so much greener. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't want to be Pope. You just gave it to me.
But I will say,
lady, you don't have to be Pope. I just already showed you to God.
Oh, wow.
Right. Oh, God.
Right.
That was X-like smooth, okay? That was good.
Yeah.
But I will say, how fucking cool would it not be to fuck the Pope, man?
Well, ask a bunch of little boys. I mean,
Hell yeah! That's my girl, guys. Did you hear it? That's my girl. Hell yeah!
Make this Mexi time so good she can't walk for a week.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Hell yeah. Anyway, guys, it's true. Every once in a while, you just it's magic. Anyway.
The thing is, she's not wrong.
I will consider about that, said the woman. Thereupon they both went to bed, but she was not satisfied, and the greediness let her have no sleep, for she was continually thinking about what there was left for her to be. How about not a bitch? The man slept well and soundly, for he had run about a great deal during the day. But the woman could not fall asleep at all, and flung herself from one side to the other the whole night through, thinking what more was left for her to be, but unable to call to mind anything else. At length the sun began to rise, and when the woman saw the red of the dawn, she sat up in bed and looked at it. And when through the window she saw the sun thus rising, she said, "Cannot I too order the sun and moon to rise?" "Husband," said she, poking him in the ribs with her elbows, "bitch, I will break your arm." Anyway,
Poke me again.
"Wake up, go to Flounder, for I wish to be even as God is." The man was still half asleep, but he was so horrified that he fell out of the bed. He thought he must have heard amiss, and rubbed his eyes and said, "Alas, wife, what are you saying?" "Husband," she said, if I can't order the sun and moon to rise, and have to look on and see the sun and moon rising, I can't bear it. I shall not know what it is to have another happy hour, unless I can."
Oh, we love happy hours.
Myself.
That's what it is. She just had too many happy hours.
Well, when you drink too much with no release, it's going to come out one way or the other, and it's coming out badly.
Silly Icarus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what happened to last person that tried to think that they were as great as God?
Mm-hmm. Make that sunrise. Mm-hmm.
Then she looked at him.
Would he be called Satan?
Could it be?
It's a bad special.
Please allow me to introduce myself. But anyway, so
I'm a man of wealth and taste.
I shall not know what it is to have another happy hour unless I can make them rise myself. I do it's not good if you can't make it rise. Then she looked at him so terribly that a shudder ran over him and said, "Go at once. I wish to be like unto God." "Alas, wife," said the man, falling on his knees before her, "the Flounder cannot do that. He cannot make an emperor and a pope. He can make an emperor and a pope. I beseech you, go on as you are. Be a pope." Then she fell into a rage, and her hair flew wildly about her head, and she cried, "I will not endure this. I will not bear it any longer. Will you go?" Then he put on his trousers, because where the fuck have his pants been this whole time, and ran away like a madman.
Oh,
But
you wasn't giving her enough D.
Mm-hmm.
This could have all been solved
I know.
very easily.
Flounder, could you just like make it not flaccid? But outside on a great storm was raging and blowing so hard, but not hard enough to get his heart, that he could barely keep his feet. Houses and trees toppled over and mountains trembled. Rocks rolled into the sea. The sky was pitch black and it thundered and lightened. And the sea came in with black waves as high as church towers and mountains, and with all the crests of white foam at the top. Then he cried, but could not hear his own words. Flounder, flounder in the sea, come, I pray thee, here to me, for my wife, holy shit, will not as I do have her will.
She's gonna have a fucking fit.
What that bitch want now?
Fucking kill me, dude, please. Well, what does she want now? Said the flounder. Alas, said he, she wants to be like unto God. Go to her, and you will find her back again in the dirty hovel. And there they are living at this very time. That's right.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Take the
Yes.
D over, ladies and gentlemen. The moral of that story is take the D over the greed.
Yep.
Oh, damn.
You got to keep your pimp hand strong and give her the D.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Give it to
That's
her.
right.
Give it to her. Big and strong. Mhm.
Sometimes you just gotta say, "Woman,
Woman,
no,"
you got enough.
Woman, shut the fuck up.
and
You
bend
want
over.
you want to get more? You want to get more? You ain't gonna
I'm
get
gonna
more.
shut you up.
I'll take care of that. Take care of that. I'll hit. I'll smack that
I
thing
know how to
around.
shut you up.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
Bend over, Red Rover, Red Rover, bend right on
That is-
over.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our readings of the evening. We are done for the night. Thank you for joining us for some Grimm's tales that are much more grim than you would have ever heard before. Thank you so much for coming by, and we will probably have a nice turkey day, and it will not look like a turkey neck. Just everybody have a wonderful one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we haven't heard Yamaha. He has not done his ode.
The American cock gobbler.
He has not done his
Yeah,
ode. He's
American
What are you
cock
talking
gobbler.
about?
Well, I could bring up the American cock gobbler if you want, but I don't think we're not doing that tonight. Damn it! Don't make me bring that up. Everybody have a wonderful evening. We will see you on the flip side. Have a wonderful holiday, everyone. Seriously.
Aw.
Thanks, guys.
It is coming up soon. We'll see you very soon, and
Yeah.
you know, it is going to be a beautiful holiday season. Why? Because we're making America great again, and that's all I'm going.
Ooh,
schooner.
Why are you still here? Go see my